Morning, everybody. How you doing today? It's your pal Uncle Bruce here. Stock markets with Bruce, live from Calgary, Alberta, where the air is clear, the sky is beautiful this morning. We are not in forest fire smoke here. That's good news for all of us south, all of you folks south of us. That means you're not going to get it either because it has been heavily brought back a ways because of rain that has fallen in northern Alberta. We're hoping that it takes and that there's more of it. So we're good here. At least the weather's all right. How are things elsewhere? Oh my goodness, what a day in the markets! And it's going to be an interesting day to say the least. I'm watching the futures right now in Europe. I'm watching the stock trading in Europe that's going on. I'm watching the futures in the US. I'm watching what's happened in Asia overnight. We have a down day coming up here. I think we're going to have a real humdinger of a down day today. I do not see great news on the horizon. I don't see where investors are just going to go, Eureka, I'm going to buy everything. I just don't see that. What am I missing is what I keep asking myself. Why do I feel this way? But the moment I'm only showing the Dow down 90 points, and I'm showing an S&P down 13, Nasdaq down 56 in the pre-market. But I am showing some of our favorite stocks under some pressure, like, for example, Facebook is off, but Apple is off $1.18. Goldman's off 150. Tesla down $3 this morning. Microsoft off $1.30. Google is down 97 cents. Nvidia is down $4. I'm noticing some red there. We're going to see how this plays itself out. The NASDAQ is due for a correction because it has outrun everyone else lately by a bit too much. So we'll see what's going on there. Out of the UK, not good news. It's like Chinese water torture, a drop at a time, to just drive you insane. The UK. The whole UK economic situation is in trouble. The politics in the UK is blown out. The prime minister's office is a shambles. The government of the UK is scrambling, and the public, the UK public, I think, they're just patiently doing this, waiting for the election to be called. When there will be an election in the UK, sooner or later, you got to call one. And boy, are we going to see some turmoil there. It could be a most interesting and disturbing time. Inflation. The UK inflation rate is stubbornly too high and not falling. If you're an importer into the UK, you're using the pound to pay for your goods and services. And if you're an exporter, you're selling in pounds to try to get your goods. The problem is that someone selling from the UK to Europe has a new problem they didn't have a few years ago, and that is the Brexit problem. And now the amount of paperwork required to do business between Europe and Britain or whatever is just gone up massively. And even as sophisticated as computers are and all this stuff, the EU rules to import and export to countries is a freaking nightmare. And the Brits are just getting hammered with regards to the fact that they have lost free access to a market of 400 million people. They've just kissed that off. Under the guise of Brexit, that's going to solve all our problems. Brexit is the problem, see? The problem being part of the EU is such a problem that we have to get out. Well, now the Brits are out. And from the outside, trying to get in to do business there is a nightmare. And you thought you were having problems being part of the EU? Your problems being out of the EU now are coming to light. No one listened to these, to the people who are warning the voters. You vote for Brexit, You are asking for all kinds of problems, and they ignored the issue because these zealots, national zealots, who think that they're, the Lord's gift to everything, thought, oh no, we're Britain, we're the home of kings and queens. We're the be all and end all. Well, yeah, not happening. UK graduates from universities and colleges are having trouble getting jobs in the EU because you now need visas and permits and everything else. Vacationers are finding the nightmare of crossing the border a real pain in the rear end. You have to clear customs to get on a train to go to Europe now. Under the Channel, you have to clear customs in London first. The Brits are finding a nightmare of issues. You need a passport now to go to the EU. The cost of those are skyrocketing. Governments are hemorrhaging money. And the talk in the UK is the interest rates are going up another 0.5 point very shortly. And in the EU as a whole, interest rates there are expected to go higher as well, putting pressure on the American interest rates, by the way. It used to be the other way around. It used to be that American rates going up would put pressure on these countries. Well, now these countries raising rates is putting pressure on the American interest rates. Why is that? Why would America have to raise interest rates if the EU and Britain are raising interest rates? You want the answer? I'll give you the answer. It's easy. It's easy. It's an easy answer. If you're sitting on a mountain of cash, you're an international investor, and you're sitting on a mountain of cash, and there are trillions and trillions out there, they will come out of America, and they will dump American bonds, and they will buy the EU bonds. They would rather buy bonds from Germany or from Switzerland and other countries and get a higher yield. They trust the yield there like they trust Washington's yield. And they look at Washington right now as a clown show, which it is, and going to be for the next almost 2 years. We have a presidential clown coming into the show today. We have another clown coming in. The DeSantis clown show is about to hit America, and the happiest man in the world is in New York right now. Lorne Michaels at NBC is going, I wanted to retire soon, but I can't retire for at least 2 more years because I'm being given the gift of all time. Trump and DeSantis running for the Republican nomination. Oh, comedy is alive and well at SNL. Oh, it's just absolutely wonderful. There are investors out there who are going, why would I invest any money in America with that clown show going on, where they can't even agree to pass a debt resolution on bills they passed a year ago that they're supposed to spend money on this year. They're not going to pay their bills. They're threatening not to pay their bills on what they've already passed in their Congress. Why would I invest a dime in America when I can get a better yield anyway from the UK, Germany, and Switzerland? I'd rather trust those guys than the Americans. That is what's going on behind closed doors. Most Americans have no clue that this is happening. They kind of have an inkling, but they have no clue. Americans are smart people, very practical. And they do know deep down inside that if you show instability to the rest of the world believes it. And if you've got clowns running Congress and trying to run for Senate and trying to run for president who have goofball ideas, the rest of the world is going to go, how ridiculous are these people? What's going on over there? How unstable is this country that is supposed to be the leader of the free world? What's going on here? Is it any wonder an 80-year-old president is running the country because he's the only one that can get enough votes from a majority of Americans who are going, I think I'd rather vote for an old man to stay in office than these radical goofballs trying to come in from the outside. I know what I'm getting with this guy. At least I know what I'm going to get. With everyone else, I have no idea what I'm going to get. It's election. It's the Twitter election. And look at what happened, what's going on with DeSantis. He wants to announce his candidacy on Twitter. Guess what Twitter is? Twitter is your brand new Fox News network, the online Fox Network, brought to you by Elon Musk. Elon Musk has created Fox News on Twitter, a Twitter format. Fox should have bought Twitter, not Elon Musk, but Fox couldn't buy Twitter because it wouldn't have been allowed by the regulators. And so you have Twitter now run by Mr. Musk, who, for whatever reason, wants to get into this whole side of this media thing. Okay, you want to sell ads to the pillow guy? Okay. Hey, it's America. There's freedom in America. If anyone tells you that America isn't the freest country in the world, you're wrong, because in America, you can buy a media outlet like Twitter and then have wackos run that thing, and you can sell ads to goofballs who make brand new pillows that have never been invented before. Wow. What a great country. What a great country this is. Unfortunately, those with cash are sort of sitting back going, I love America and I love how free they are, but I'm also a practical business person. And it's nothing personal. It's just business. I will move my money where I find it's the safest place to be. And if you guys are threatening to not pay your bills on time, and you're going to play these political stunt games between spending and not spending and paying bills and not paying bills, I'll go somewhere else with my money, because it's just an electronic transfer away. I don't have to line up at a bank to withdraw bags of money and move it to somewhere else. I can just go click, click, and I've just moved $1 trillion out of your country like that. I don't need permission. That's freedom as well. Freedom of movement, freedom of money movement. There's a lot of dough leaving the United States right now, quietly, under the table. No one's talking about it. No one wants to comment about it. Nobody wants to say, except this old man who doesn't control trillions of dollars. I have no sponsors to upset. There are no sponsors of the show. There's a reason there are no sponsors of the show. You can't control the guy who's talking. You can't make a deal with this guy. You don't want to do that. I'm not for sale. Sorry. Kids, there's problems and issues happening all over the place. But would you like some good news? I've got good news for you. There's a stock that's about to take off that's going to do really well. And I'm really happy to tell you that because of the demise of one company, this company has just acquired assets at a price that's unbelievable. I'm talking about ROCKETLAB. ROCKETLAB has just picked up the assets that they wanted of Virgin Orbit, the space outfit, Virgin Space. $16 million is what it cost ROCKETLAB to buy up assets of Virgin Orbit. Pennies on the dollar. I am telling you that they may have picked up $1 billion worth of stuff for $16 million. It's to be determined exactly just how juicy this deal is. But for ROCKETLAB, this is huge. For Ford Motor Company, it wouldn't make sense to buy it. For Apple to buy these assets wouldn't make any sense. For Amazon to buy it wouldn't make any sense. But for ROCKETLAB, this is perfect. Specialized rocket equipment. The headquarters of Virgin Orbit, their entire office complex, the entire facility, a launch facility, machinery, rocket manufacturing, everything. Wow. ROCKETLAB has just scored a major home run. And the market is unaware of what this means. Right now, ROCKETLAB is traded 25,000 shares in the pre-market. It's trading at $4.60 a share. It's up 8 cents after losing 43 cents yesterday. So this stock is utterly not trading at what it's actually about to become, what it's really worth. It could be that the company just raised their value by upwards of 50%. It's huge. It's absolutely massive, and the street has no clue. It's about to find out. They're going to know. once analysts sort of dig into this thing, they'll figure it out, put two and two together and go, oh my gosh. But Virgin Orbit has shut down after bankruptcy sales, and a Rocket Lab has taken over a chunk of assets, a huge chunk of their assets for nothing, because no other buyer can use this material like Rocket Lab can. There's no point in a car company buying rocket assembly equipment, but Rocket Lab can use it. This takes them to another level, and this gives them street credibility with NASA, the European Space Commission, and all satellite launching clients out there, like military, corporate America, corporate everybody. You want to get satellites into space, you'll deal with Rocket Lab, because they have the money in the bank. They can deliver the rockets. They can launch the rockets. They can manage it. Rocket Lab has just graduated to another level entirely. The market is going to figure this out over the next few weeks. There will be analysts all over the place going, hey, this acquisition of this Virgin Orbit thing, this actually is kind of big. Yeah, it's like GM taking over Chrysler. It's like Ford buying Chrysler. It's of that magnitude. We've just got one company taking out a competitor for nothing. It's like JP Morgan taking over Silicon Valley Bank and coming out $5 billion ahead over the weekend, with the government guaranteeing the downside. Rocket Lab just bought for nothing Virgin Orbit's assets that will not cause any problems for Rocket Lab whatsoever. It will just make Rocket Lab much richer going forward, and has graduated Rocket Lab to the point where Rocket Lab, will not have to spend $500 million of their money over the next 5 years to get what they just got. They just spent $16 million to not spend $500 million, and they have assets worth as much as perhaps $1 billion. It's huge. It's I cannot overemphasize it. And don't judge me today or tomorrow on the stock price of Rocket Lab and say, oh, you were wrong. You talk the talk, but the stock didn't do anything. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, Rocket Lab has just set themselves up forever. And thank you, Richard Branson, and all the investors of that company, the Virgin Orbit entity that attracted hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars of cash, have all just been transferred over to Rocket Lab. The nightmare that all the losses, Rocket Lab doesn't get those. They don't inherit the crap. They get the cream off the top. The receiver was grateful that Rocket Lab put in a bid, and the receiver would love to have received $200 million for this stuff, but they got $16 million from Rocket Lab. It's just the deal of a lifetime. And I commend Rocket Lab for being very patient, very smart, and just saying, here's our offer, take it or leave it. It's cash. We have the cash. We have 400, 500 million lying around. Here's 16 million. Someone give you more, you can always take their deal. Who else could have bought this but Rocket Lab? I love this. I love it. Funny enough, SpaceX didn't do it. Mr. Musk and Tesla didn't buy it. Elon, what's his name? Not Elon. Bezos, he didn't buy it. Jeff is in competition with these. He didn't buy it. No, it was Rocket Lab that bought it. The street has not figured it out yet. They don't quite know. The stock's up 7 cents. Yeah. But no. The street does not fully grasp the significance of this move. So if you're a Rocket Lab shareholder, do not write call options. If you're a fan of Rocket Lab, and you should, take a look at writing cash secured puts on Rocket Lab. You may want to write $4 calls, $4 put contracts, for $50 puts, maybe $5 puts, $5.50s, $6. Take a look all the way out to next year. Bring in as much premium as you can humanly bring in on this deal, and offer to buy Rocket Lab. Offer to pay $4 a share, $4.50 a share, and get paid handsomely for it. I think you'll be very pleased with the results. SoFi this morning is down 8 cents at 521. Yesterday gained 3 cents to 529. SoFi started off like a house on fire yesterday, having a really good run, and then it gave it all back. We saw a high of 549 yesterday, teasing that 550 level. Believe me, 550 is not a barrier in the future of SoFi. $6 is not a barrier for the stock either. This stock will go higher. It will continue to gyrate and continue to add more momentum to itself. But you will get the odd day where you'll have a pullback, a profit taking, short seller war going on. It's a very popular trading stock. It's okay. It traded 43 million yesterday, 44 million yesterday. No problem at SoFi. All is well. What else is going on out there? I'm noticing GameStop off 25 cents this morning, $22.91 down from $23.16, which was $1.05 lower from the day before. We were at $24.21. Now we're at $22.91. Those of you who were able to do rollovers, and I keep encouraging you all the time, when these stocks take a run, you do rollovers, because here you have a stock going from 24 something to 22.80. If you were smart enough to have done a rollover in the last 48 hours, you're sitting back on, this is great. I went from an 18 to a 20. I was deep in the money. I was still in money when I did this rollover, but I got $2 more in premium. I wrote this call for a real nice price, and it's down $1.50 already. And I'm still in the money on this thing. This option, this $20 option, is still in the money, and I'm $1.50 richer because of this already. Oh, I'm a genius. Yes, you are a genius. This is how you do. You let the stock tell you what to do, and you do it. Do not fight the stock. Go with it. And if you haven't done rollovers, you still have a chance to go ahead and do so. Stock is going to go up and down on its own, whether you like it or not, and you have to be in the game to enjoy shrinkage to win. And one way to get shrinkage is to write a higher priced call against the stock. And so those of you who did go from 21s to 23s, or 22s to 25s, or 15s to 19s, or 16s to 20s, or if you did anything like that in the last couple of days, even in the last week, you're being rewarded already. But if you've done nothing, then you've got nothing. You're sitting on 15s, 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s, and you didn't make a move. You've just watched your options fluctuate in price, and you didn't win from any of it. Why are you an option writer? What are you doing? You're not here to sit on deep in the money calls and do nothing. That's not what it's about. What it's about as an option writer is to write options on stock and enjoy shrinkage. If the contract you've written is trading at book value, there is no shrinkage coming to you unless the stock goes down. You're now gambling on the stock movement. You're not allowing the options market and gamblers to give you money for nothing. You've got to be writing today 23s, 24s, and 25s to take advantage of premium, time premium. This is what it's all about. I'm happy for those of you who bought $10 deep in the money calls at $9, $10 a piece, and they ran up to, for a moment there, $14 a couple of days ago. But don't think that the stock at $22.89 can't go to 20 or can't go to 26. It can do both. The question is which and when. That I can't tell you. You don't have to know. As an option writer, you don't have to worry about that. You let the stock tell you what to do next, and keep an eye on your option chain. Constantly make adjustments to your option positions that you've written. There's no rule that says, oh, well, as soon as you write the $20 call, you have to wait it out until it expires. There is no rule like that. And in downtown Manhattan in New York, or in Tokyo, London, Frankfurt, where all the pros are, these guys are shifting their options all the time, sometimes multiple times in a day, because of the size of their positions. Can you imagine if you're sitting on 2,000 GameStop calls right now? You're trading in pennies. If you can, you would be. And they are in other stocks like Apple and certainly on index options. There are index options trading hands like crazy all the time. Even on GameStop, you have to be prepared to make moves. The stock is telling you what it wants to do. Your option chain is glaring at you going, hey, you wrote me for 4. We're trading at 6. I only have $1 time value now. Why don't you roll me over and go into an option with $3 or $4 of time value? Go looking. And if you're only looking a month or two ahead and you're throwing your hands up going, oh, I can't find, Bruce, I can't find an option that works for me. They're just not out there. You're not going out far enough. That's likely what it is. And you've got to get over yourselves with regards to how much time you're prepared to write an option for. Do not be afraid to write options into 2024. Take the money from the gamblers and let them take all the risk. Right now, you're taking it. I don't know why. I have no idea why you would take the risk. You don't need to. There's others who are willing to take it off your hands. Give them time to screw themselves. Be the generous benefactor you can be. In any event, thank you for joining me. I'm hoping you're having fun today. It could be a most interesting day today. Let's see what's going on here. I'm constantly updating my list of favorites. See what's going on. We're down 29 on GameStop at the moment. Matterport down a penny. 23andMe off. I think it's off 5 cents. Spire now is up almost 3 cents. It was down 3 cents. I don't know what's going on there. ATIP is up a fifth of a penny, maybe. SmartRent, no change this morning. Cyxtera up a 0.4 of a penny. I have nothing new there. Apple down 123. Goldman down 202. Cisco down 17. Tesla down $3. Arc Innovation down 56. Microsoft down 174. Pfizer's up 18 cents, was up 89 yesterday. HPQ down 12 cents. Alphabet down 116, down 258 yesterday. Amazon was down 2 cents yesterday, up 88 this morning. NVIDIA was down 488 yesterday, it's down 401 today in the pre-market. And Unity was down 185 yesterday, it's down 47 cents right now. That's what's going on at the moment right here. Right now, 460 on ROCKETLAB, up 8 cents. What a day we could be having. Kids, we're going to be busy here. Oil is up 96 cents a barrel, and it's available everywhere. Saudi Arabia, a quote's coming out of Saudi Arabia from some kind of, I don't know what these guys are. Are these like paid shills within within the kingdom of Saudi Arabia who are oil expert futures specialists or something? I don't know. These guys, this could be shills hired by Saudi Arabia to talk up price of oil. They are saying that anyone who's shorting oil will be sorry for even daring to short the kingdom's key commodity. Like as if the kingdom of Saudi Arabia is going to utilize billions of its dollars to run up the price of oil artificially to go after short sellers. I don't know if they have enough money for that. I really wonder. And at the end of the day, if oil gets run up artificially, I can see where big buyers of crude will hold off putting in buy orders for the product, putting a bigger glut on the market, which will encourage all kinds of shorters, which will be governments, to jump on that as well. I really wonder when the Saudi the delegation represented by Saudi Arabia starts to talk about price manipulation of crude by shorters, I laugh as loud as I can. I try to hold it back. I really do, because you want to talk about manipulators of oil and gas. You're part of OPEC. You guys have an organization that colludes with each other to restrict the supply of the very product that you guys produce. And you're accusing the marketplace of being fixed against you guys? Whoa, gee. Um, how stupid do you think we are? Well, they think we are pretty stupid. And they're kind of right because we are idiots. We in the West are morons. We are buying up their garbage and burning it off and have been for 50, 60 years since they created OPEC in the early 70s and 80s, 60s. We've fallen for this crap nonstop. Oil at $73 a barrel is so overpriced. It should be 25, 30 bucks a barrel because you can pull oil out of the ground in certain regions of this world for $2 a barrel. You can pull this out of the ground in other regions of the world for $5 to $8 a barrel. In the third world, where the corruption is at its absolute perfection, these OPEC members, the Nigerians, the Angolans, and others, they're pulling oil out of the ground for less than $10 a barrel. They sell this crap on the market for $70 US. There are bribe dollars available to generals, admirals, judges, police chiefs, customs officials, every government employee of various countries and various departments, maybe not every single, but certainly managers and higher ups make more money on bribes than they get in their actual salaries. And the government knows we don't have to pay you $100,000 a year to run this service over here. We'll pay you $20,000 a year because you're going to get your $80,000 a year from bribes, just like we're getting our money from bribes. The oil market has allowed a ton, and I mean millions of people to benefit from in third world and second world type countries from bribe money like you cannot believe. The number of villas owned by people who have no business owning a villa overlooking the Mediterranean Sea in the south of France and in Spain and in Italy and the islands of Corsica and all these other beautiful settings in the Mediterranean, the number of exquisite, exclusive, high-end properties with garages filled with Bentleys, Bugattis, Porsches, Beamers, Rolls, the furnishings, the artwork, the private jet travel, the absolute high-end lifestyle of these people. It's staggering. It's all off of us. We're the idiots. Okay. It's us. We are the morons who refuse to invest in ourselves and decide to not burn oil as stupidly as we do and use it as dumb as we are using it. And we are funding 120-story skyscrapers in Dubai, office towers in Jeddah. The Mideast is drowning in American and Canadian and European money, just drowning in it. And we are letting it happen. And it is a pathetic joke on ourselves. It's been going on since the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. Americans have given lives. There are grave sites and Arlington National Cemetery filled with bodies of children of American parents who went and fought the good fight for freedom for America, all because of the barrel of oil to keep this game going. It is pathetic what we've given and what we continue to give. It's not just money, it's blood. And it doesn't ever end. And there's the issue. At 70-something bucks a barrel, the Iranians are selling oil under the table illegally every way they can to create what? Nuclear weapons. They have the money, the billions, the tens of billions, the hundreds of billions of dollars to create weaponry that is creating havoc in the Western world. Now in Ukraine, the Russians are leaning on the Iranians to supply them with armaments. And how are they doing it? From the amount of money they're generating from oil and gas. Are the Iranians selling oil to America? No, they're not. They don't have to. They can get paid American dollars to sell oil under the table to willing buyers 10% under the world price. It's a beautiful system. When you're a mullah in Iran, you control the whole deal. You're the supreme leader of Iran. You're not elected. You're elected by some spiritual being or something like that. Really? You fall for that? Unbelievable. The zealots over there have got control of 80 million innocent victims that are underneath the thumb of these bastards. And we are the idiots that are allowing prices of oil to be as high as they are. We're addicted to this garbage. I'm sitting in a province that's drowning in oil. There's oil and gas all around me here in Alberta. I'm in Calgary. I've got skyscrapers 5 blocks away from where I'm sitting that I can look at all day long out of my window. 60, 70-story tall skyscrapers in a prairie town in Canada that are all funded from oil and gas in this province because of these ridiculous world prices. It is absolutely ridiculous. You drive around this town, try to find a parking spot at your local Costco store or any of these other big shopping centers here. The problem we have here in our parking lots are giant pickup trucks that take up most of the space. We got guys and girls in this town who are driving extended cab F-150s that take 2 feet further than a parking space allows. We have got V8 powered pickup trucks all over the place with luxury bells and whistles like you cannot believe. These trucks do not get dirty. They go through car washes every week. They're pristine, leather-filled interiors with every satellite navigation system and everything. These aren't pickup trucks. These are limos that have been raised up that allow these oil and gas folks to burn the very fuel that pays their mortgage. And the other funny thing about this town is there are Teslas all over the place. There are the young oil and gas workers, the 30-somethings, who are not maybe in the oil and gas business, but they are tending to the oil and gas business, who drive Teslas and are proud of it. It's a real pull and push kind of a thing. Absolutely unbelievable. Folks, we are the idiots who are using up oil like we couldn't give a crap. We buy this stuff at Costco for a nickel less a gallon than across the street, and folks fill up their tanks and burn it off. And technology is so beautiful now. From when I was a kid in the 60s, the 50s, 60s, I remember back in the day when I was like 8, 10, 12 years of age, I remember living in a suburban neighborhood near Toronto, Ontario. And the neighborhood that I lived in was a new suburb that had been built out in the early 60s, 60, 61, 62, 63. And from that point until we moved out of there, the homes first got built, then the lawns came in, then people planted trees and flowers, and it all got developed out. And then we'd all notice there's a new car on the street. A neighbor down the road has a new car. And you'd have one guy buying a Chrysler, and another one would buy a Ford, and here's a Chevrolet, and here's this, and here's that. And all of these cars were V8 powered vehicles. And when they started them up in the morning to get to go to work, smoke would come out the back of these cars. Because in the early 60s, you didn't have catalytic converters. We all burned leaded gasoline. Regular gas was leaded. High performance was leaded. And so you could smell the exhaust from cars going by as we played road hockey on these little residential streets. That was the life back then. This is the good life, the suburban life of the 60s. The dividend of winning the Second World War kept paying off as Canada grew and grew and grew, and jobs were created. And these folks bought their house in suburbia, living the dream of suburban life. This is happening all over North America. In those days, you could see the smoke coming out of the tailpipes. If you were on the 401, which is the major highway into Toronto or through Toronto, which my father and I used to drive through from time to time, when you had gridlock, you would have cars sitting there and you could see the exhaust filtering up into the sky. You could just see it. In today's world, you come into gridlock in Houston, Atlanta, San Francisco, Chicago, Calgary, Toronto, Montreal, wherever you are, where the gridlock, you do not see the smoke going into the air unless it's an old clunker of a car. You don't see smoke going into the air because we have perfected the exhaust systems of our vehicles with catalytic converters, unleaded fuel, far more efficient engines and burning of fuels. You don't see the emissions going out from the very car you're driving. And so you don't view it as a problem. If you can't see the problem, there is no problem. And if you look up into the sky, and certain times of the year, you'll see a jet go by, you'll see the exhaust come out of a jet. But many times you hear a jet flying overhead, but you can't see the emissions. You can't see the tail, the trail of smoke being left behind. So it's not a problem. You don't see it. We are burning this stuff left, right, and center. We're creating electricity from natural gas, which is putting carbon into the air. We don't see the result in our personal lives on a moment-to-moment basis. And therefore, it isn't a problem. And so this game will continue on. And unfortunately, there are those out there in the wide world who are benefiting or are in countries where their leaders are benefiting and their followers, their top 1%ers, are living the life of luxury off of the confiscation of the national resource, and are pocketing the results for themselves, all those dollars for themselves and their children and their relatives. And the vast majority of the population is living in absolute abject poverty. And it is there where the problems arise. You have people who are dead enders who realize that after they hit their teens and 20s, they realize there's no upside for them because they're not on the inside of the ruling class. And they're the radicals, and they're the ones who go after authority in their own country, or they go after other countries that they perceive to be their enemies, and they're more than willing to become mercenaries for whatever cause. And millions of lives have been lost because of it. And this is since the 60s. We used to have an issue in international airports around the world through the 60s and 70s until governments figured it out that international airports were the perfect target for radicals to deploy suicide bombers and to walk in with AK-47s and just start mowing down tourists. It was the thing to do. There were massive massacres in Europe over a decade in international airports. Those days are long gone now because of security measures. But most of the kids today have no idea. 20s and 30-somethings, 40-somethings have no idea what it was like back at that time. And it all started with this inequality, which rages on today. The problem today is that we have, 8 billion people on the planet? I don't even know what the number is. Is it 8 billion on the planet? We used to have 3. I remember in the 50s, 60s, there were 3.5 billion. They were talking about going to 5. We long passed 5 billion people. I think we're on our way to 10. Many, many more have-nots are out there. And you see them in your hometown more than ever before. Across Canada, the USA, and other countries, we are seeing the have-nots who we are calling lazy and government, specialists in sucking the government dry for social programs. We label them that. But the reality is that there are a lot of homeless people out there who actually are in need of serious medical attention, and we're not prepared to pay it. We've cut them off, and we are now paying that price from time to time with violent, scary outbursts. And it's a question of what's the price you're prepared to pay as a society until the price is too high. At the moment, we're prepared to pay the ultimate price. And so certain churches and synagogues are not safe to go to. Shopping malls might not be safe to go to. Movie theaters have proven to be sometimes the wrong place to be at the wrong time. Schools have become very scary places to go to. And on goes the list. There's nowhere where you're safe. Nowhere. And What can I say? It is what it is. Welcome to 2023. The world that I see now in this age of mine, I am blown away by the difference in 40 years from the world that I used to know when I was 27 to now the world that I'm in at age 67. I'm absolutely amazed with all the technological advancements and all of the medical advancements and all of the social changes and just everything, and yet the world is like this. I would not have thought it. And the fact that people can run for political office with views that would have been laughed at in the 60s and 70s. I mean, just you would have been ridiculed into the corner. Today, mainstream, you're going to get elected. It is shocking to us, but hey, you know what? The world moves on, and in 40 years from now, when I'm not 107, you 27-year-olds will be 67, and you can do what I'm doing and go, what the hell's going on? It's crazy out here. And good luck to you as well, and your children and your grandchildren. What can I say? It is what it is. Welcome to the party, pal. We're 14 minutes away from opening up the trade day today. Congratulations to those of you who have been joining this channel as newbies. Great to have you. I hope I'm not upsetting too many of you folk. I'm just an old man who gets to rant every morning because I don't have any sponsors to piss off. It's fantastic. I don't have to worry about upsetting American Express or upsetting the bank of so-and-so or this company or this outfit. I don't, it doesn't matter. I get to just yap away about what I think I see from my end, and you can decide whether you agree with it or not. It's okay with me. I welcome you to the party. Am I right on everything? Probably, but then again, probably not. It's okay. It's nothing personal. It's just one person's point of view. Here we are with the markets. They're about to open up here. We're going to be lower to start the session. Down 108 on the Dow. We're down 19 on S&P. We're down 90 on NASDAQ. Oil is up $1.18 a barrel at the moment. Apparently a headline coming out, Meta, Facebook, begins third round of layoffs. These are reports coming out. Third round of layoffs has begun at Facebook. Interesting there. The down dip on the NASDAQ is 0.63 of a percentage point. The down dip on the Dow is 0.32, about half as bad. It's not a terrible opening, like a really, really negative opening. But I will say this, Europe is much worse off, triple the numbers of NASDAQ. We're down 1.8% in Britain, Germany. We're down 1.9% in France. Italy is off. We're off 1.5 and worse, up to almost 3% lower in Europe. That is not reflected in the United States. They are way lower than the U.S. futures are at the moment. So do not be surprised that as we come into opening and get through the opening, that the first half hour might be wishy-washy, and then we take a dive as we catch up to Europeans. I don't see why we would outperform the Europeans today. I don't see news in America that says, oh, the markets are just going to go crazy to the good side. There's all kinds of good news coming out. There is no good news coming out in the U.S. markets that I can tell you about. I just don't see it. But the first half hour, hits the Wild West, kids, and we'll see just what gives. On some of the shares we're following at the moment, our friends at ROCKETLAB, congratulations to the management of ROCKETLAB. They have just transformed their company in a massive way. A $16 million wager on the future of their company that could take their stock into the 20s or 30s a share. I am really impressed with what ROCKETLAB has done with a $16 million acquisition of the Virgin Orbit assets they wanted. Oh, they left on the table the assets they didn't want, and they took the assets they did want and got them for nothing. It's incredible. This is huge. Remember, Virgin Orbit stock used to be way up there. multi-billion-dollar outfit, tens of billions, and it's now all the gravy of that company is in Rocket Lab. All the nightmares are with the receiver. It is unbelievable, a beautiful deal. 462 last trade on Rocket Lab stock. It is ridiculously cheap. Now 463 according to CNBC on 38,900 volume is what I'm showing right now. This stock and this company, I believe this company is going to be written up a lot in the next couple of days and weeks by analysts who are for the first time going to go, wow, gee, I used to follow Virgin Orbit all the time. I have to follow Rocket Lab now because they are clearly one of the largest players in this space, which is extremely profitable in the satellite launch business. This is where you make your money, launching satellites. Rocket Lab has a waiting list a year long to get satellites up into orbit. And now they're dealing with NASA on their neutron rocket campaign and everything else. They are expanding out and they are going to generate serious profits. They've just lost a competitor that they had to bid against to get satellite contracts. They don't have to bid against these guys anymore. Hello, one less competitor. This is good stuff. And by buying up their assets, they've guaranteed that that competitor will never come back. This is a sweet, sweet ride. Oh, this is going to be something. SoFi down 8 cents at 522. GameStop down 22 in the pre-market now with 9 minutes to go, 22.94. We don't seem to have anything great going on anywhere else. We're negative now on Apple again, down 135. We're down 150 on Goldman. Cisco's off 7 cents. Tesla down 360. We're down 310 yesterday. So we're at 182 instead of that 189 range. We were even 191, weren't we, on Tesla, like 191, 192, I think. We're now 182. ARC Innovations down 56 cents. Microsoft down $1.50. Pfizer still up a quarter today. HPQ down 24 cents. Alphabet down $1.25. Amazon is backing up. It's still up 40 cents, but it was higher. NVIDIA down $4.50 a share, and Unity down 37 cents a share at this moment in time. There are apparently talks to take place today, I think, with the White House and, I don't know, administration people and Congress people about the debt ceiling thing. Talks are ongoing or something. And some Republicans have been squawking about how they're not being given what they feel is the true nature of how bad off the U.S. Treasury really is. The U.S. Treasury insists that we will be bouncing checks in 7 days from now, and there are some Republicans going, we might have 15, 20 days, not 7. They're quibbling over how many days are left in the U.S. Treasury's balance sheet. That's what this is coming down to now. They're not getting to the problem. They're not solving the issue. They're talking about how bad the problem is. It is to an old man like me, this is incompetence at the highest level there is. When you have politicians arguing over how bad the problem is rather than trying to solve it, maybe we need other people in there to solve the problem. Unfortunately, the voters don't know who to trust to get someone in there to solve the problem. And so the voters are left guessing who their favorite radical is to get the most airtime on the networks to, follow that person. I guess it's a popularity contest. And right now, the goofiest candidate is the one with the most airtime. And maybe we fault the media for that. All media, I don't know. When I was in my 20s and 30s, nut jobs like we have today that run things were never given the time of day by any credible news organization, ever. Never, ever. They would end up in National Lampoon maybe, but they would certainly not be given any press, because if you were a news organization that gave any credence to these kinds of people, your news organization would be immediately ignored by the general public as untrustworthy. Today, it's the norm. It is expected. It is just the wildest shift, a complete 180, which is what confuses us, some of us in the older ranks here, that credibility is non-existent. It is just unbelievable. Anyway, there it is. Fun times, kids. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. It's nice to see you all. Thank you for these thumbs ups already. Appreciate those. And those of you who have been saying hi to each other and saying hello, it's great to have you here. Thank you for the new, all of you who have become recent joiners of this channel. Whether you're a new subscriber, you're certainly more than welcome to subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. If you are a member of, if you become a new member of this channel, we really thank you. Those folks out there that are members of this channel are able to comment during trading hours, and I appreciate all of you who've become members of this channel and are supporting it. You're the best. It's the only reason we're on the air is because of the memberships of this channel. Thank you all. You allow the old man to rant, and I thank you. And thank you very much for that. It is very much appreciated that you guys allow the old man to do his thing. Thank you, one and all, for being here this morning, and every day that you're here. Those of you who have been here for a while, some of you sometimes will put up beautiful green banners that YouTube allows you to do to let you know how long you've been a member of the channel. Thank you for doing that, to let the world know how long you've been a member of this channel. It really is fantastic. Nick H is asking a question. I have been assigned on two poor man covered calls. I am now short 200 shares. Can someone confirm that I now just need to buy 200 shares to take my short position to zero, or will selling my 2 deep in the money calls resolve it? Just buy back your 200 shares, and then you can write 2 more calls all over again, and you can continue forward. That's all you need to do. Coyote says you can also write against your deep in the money calls before you buy the shares back, and then that money plus the money you got for being taken out will let you buy back the shares as well. So there you go, Nick H. Brilliant. Thank you, Coyote. That's the beauty of this channel, people helping each other out. Uncle Bruce, is a $7 January 2025 cash secured put on ROCKETLAB for $3.10 a good deal? You think that works? Well, excuse me. ROCKETLAB is trading at $4.59 right now. Let's call it $4.60. And if you were to write a $7 put contract on this one, I guess, and then this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You want to write $7. The $7 put contract is in the money right now, $2.40. All right. So getting $3.10 for it means you're getting a 70-cent premium to write a put contract till January 2025. Now, you got to put up $700 to write one put contract, and you'll get $310 back. So you're only risking, in effect, $390 to write this position. In reality, you are telling the market, I will buy your $7 stock from you. I'll buy it for $7, but you're giving me $3.10. I only have to pay $3.90 to buy the ROCKETLAB stock, and it's trading at $4.56, $4.60 a share. So if you're comfortable with that, fine. You might be able to, however, write a $7 January 2024, and you might get a better. Maybe not quite as much money, but 1 year less of a time commitment might be a better way to go. If that doesn't work for you, take a look at writing a 6 or a 650 contract for January 2024 and scope that out. I'm not talking you out of the January 2025. Because what I will say is if RocketLab goes to $7 a share in the next 6 months, just being really conservative, it just goes to $7 6 months from now, that put contract is technically worthless at that point in time from a book value point of view. It'll only have a time value. So it might trade at $1.25, $1.50, and you got 310 for it. So you're a winner if the stock goes up no matter what. So that is worthy of a look. So there you go. Okay. Let's take a look here. What is going on here? Moving on, talking about the environment and markets. Thank you, Karen D, for being a member of this channel for 9 months. I've been watching since day one, Bruce. I've been a member for 9 months. Karen D, thank you so much for your continued loyalty to this channel at the gold bagel level. This is an individual that is paying YouTube $25 a month to be a gold level member of this channel. This is a serious commitment. There are very few YouTube channels that come out and say, hey, love to have you as a member. You can join for $10 a month or $25 a month. Very few do that. Most channels ask for $1.99, $3.99, $4.99, and give you virtually nothing for it. A Gold Bagel member here gets a lot of benefits, and I thank you so very much, including tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Gold Bagel members will be joining me live for Primetime Live at 6 o'clock tonight on this channel, and I am looking forward to that show because we get to talk about this market with the market not open. We get to relax and talk about what happened today and what your positions are and how you're doing on your options, and we go over all kinds of strategies together. So if you want to become part of that party right there, you want to join us every Wednesday or every morning at 8 o'clock Eastern for the pre-alert show, become a Gold Bagel follower of this channel immediately, and you will automatically be invited in to 5 pre-alert shows and a weekly primetime show every week. That is 24 additional features that you get over and above the regular membership just as a Gold Bagel member. Thank you all so very much for this. It's fantastic. All right. So much fun, so much going on. We are up and running. We're open. Larry Titus has done the ultimate favor for us. He has rung the bells. Thank you, my friend. And I appreciate it for this. As always, thank you, sir. And let's see what's going on. What else is going to happen here? Thank you again for all of you who are here. We're now on member-only commentary. We are flying along here. Thumbs up so far. Thank you. 107 have come through. Keep them coming in, kids. We love it. And we are gearing up for another fun day on this channel. Those of you taking classes, thank you everybody for doing this. There are a number of you who are in the middle right now of watching all 15 of these one by one by one. If you have any questions or you need any help with your links on these classes, you just let me know and we'll get you looked after. It looks like RocketLab is now up about 1.5 cents at 453.5 as we just got through the opening. We'll see how this rolls as the day wears on. It will not surprise me if RocketLab could have conceivably a very good day, but in the next week or two, I think RocketLab stock is going to become discovered by a whole bunch of people who had no idea that this $1 trillion business that they're into, launching satellites into space, $1 trillion business. They have just moved up the ladder big time by grabbing the Virgin Orbit assets for nothing. Unbelievable. SoFi 527 down a couple of pennies right now. Again, we just opened a few minutes ago, kids. We're going to see how this market reacts. Stick around for the party and let's see how we do today. Exciting stuff in the markets. We'll see what the market downside is and upside is as we get this rolling. We have the Dow off about 90 odd points right now. S&P down 20, NASDAQ down 95. This is consistent with the early morning pre-market numbers. We've got RocketLab up now 6.5 cents. We've got SmartRent up 5.5. AI is up 37. Unity is up 8. GameStop is up 28 this morning, 23.39. We got SoFi down 1 penny. Tesla down $3. Apple up 24 cents. Google seems to be down $1. Moderna up 2.90. Cisco down a dime. Pfizer up 15 cents. IBM down $1.30 right now. HBQ down 28. And Microsoft down 35. We've got Amazon up 114, Home Depot up 148, Vanik is down 234 at 128.93 now. Netflix up $5 a share, Adobe down 240, Goldman Sachs down 259, Boeing down $1.93, Meta up 80 cents. We've got Royal Caribbean down $1.05 to 77.80. We were in the 81 range the other day. We have Target down 260, JP Morgan down 70 cents, Costco is off 87 cents, Walmart down 128, Disney down 45, Nvidia down 450, American Airlines down 36 cents, under $14, $13.70 a share. DraftKings down 11 cents right now. SoFi holding out at $5.30 a share at the moment. We've got all kinds of stuff to watch today, as per usual. Let's see what's going on here. J-Boy, number 105, thank you. Marcus, number 109, Bruce. Richard Carlin, I just got some RocketLab at 453. Way to steal paper. Way to steal it. RocketLab right now, 459, up 7. SmartRent up 2 at the moment. GameStop up 23. SoFi up a penny. The Dow down 101. And let's see here. Debt ceiling talks in Washington are being watched closely, and investors are treading softly right now. It seems to be the headlines at the moment. There you go, folks. It's going to be an interesting ride. RocketLab looks like it's going for 460 now, just under 459.5, up 7.5 cents on RocketLab. AI up 30, Unity down 7, GameStop up 20, SoFi 528, 529, mostly unchanged at the moment. Interesting sessions. Let me see if I can get my act together here. 23.38 on GameStop. The high today, 23.52. And get the market updated here if we can. There it is. 150 on the down dip on the Dow, as all issues are now coming through here. And we're down 21 on S&P, down 55 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's down 0.44 of a point. Dow is down 0.44, S&P down 0.53. All markets are negative. Over in Europe, they're still open, and we're down 1.9 in London, 1.72 in Germany, 1.8 in France, 1.8%. All markets much worse off than the U.S. so far this morning. They don't seem to be getting a bounce yet, but we'll know in the next 10, 15 minutes whether the European stocks get any kind of a bounce off of America, or will America join Europe and leapfrog it even lower. That's what we're wondering about. And let's see what else is going on here. Down 140 on the Dow. We're up 6.5 right now on RocketLab at 458.5. Volume on RocketLab so far this morning, 386,000 is the early market, is the early volume on RocketLab. Yeah, I tell you, this pickup of RocketLab assets, the assets of Virgin Orbit. These are the Long Beach, California assets. The purchase of the portion of the Virgin Orbit assets includes the lease to one of its Long Beach facilities and critical manufacturing infrastructure to accelerate the production of RocketLab's Neutron rocket, securing material savings on planned capital expenditures. It's huge. It's just massive. This is such a big deal. Excuse me. The bid was $16.1 million, includes the assumption of the lease to Virgin Orbit's 144,000 plus square foot headquarters and manufacturing complex in Long Beach. Certain production assets, machinery, equipment that's located there. It doesn't include the Boeing 747 or mobile launch assets or its rockets. They didn't want it. They have to. They're waiting on finalization of the purchase agreement from the U.S. bankruptcy court in the District of Delaware. So they're just waiting for that to go through to finalize this. The combination of these assets with Rocket Lab's existing production, manufacturing, and test capabilities is expected to advance the production of Rocket Lab's larger launch vehicle, Neutron. Rocket Lab will not be integrating Virgin Orbit's launch system within its launch services. Very interesting. This is really going to be something, I think. Again, the street, I don't know if the street can grasp this yet, but I'm reading between the lines. This is huge. This is huge. 457 on the stock. Should be $20. 457. Anyway, there it is. Any of you out there who can scoop this stuff right deep in the money, cash secured puts, you can do really well with this. I think you can really benefit. These $7 puts, $6 puts, yeah, you can write them for January 24, January 25. Take the money off the table and let the gamblers give it to you. I love it. I think this would be, this company is not going under, not with $400+ million cash on hand. No, I think they're going to do really nicely. Anyway, there you go. Smart Rent down 3 cents. We've got AI at 27.85. We have Unity at 28.02. We have got GameStop at 23.30, up 14 cents right now. SoFi down a penny at 5.28. Okay, that's where we are right now. Tesla down 3.84 at 181.93. Apple is 171.82, up 26 cents. Google up down 97. Moderna down 2.41. Cisco down 22 cents. Pfizer is negative, down 22. IBM down 146 right now. HPQ, Hewlett Packard Enterprise is down 23 cents. Microsoft down 42. ME down 2.5. Matterport down 3. Spire's up 3 to 76 cents. Amazon up 143 today. Home Depot down 76 cents. And Vanik Semiconductors down 182. Netflix, a good day, up 6.80. The talk is that they're going to start charging American households $8 a month for password sharing. This will be interesting to see how this plays out on their bottom line. How many people will cancel memberships when they realize, I didn't know that my password is being shared by my ex-wife or my former boyfriend or my third girlfriend from 4 years ago. I'm not going to do that. How many people are going to cancel their memberships outright, turn around and resubscribe under the advertising one instead? I really wonder how this will play. I don't know if this is going to be a winner for Netflix in the end. I really don't know. Adobe down 288, Goldman down 294, Boeing down 250, Meta Platforms up 36 cents. So it's a mainly red opening, definitely. 157 on the Dow again, 0.49 of a percentage point. The NASDAQ down 0.44. There you go. Now we'll see what's going on. What else is going on here? Just watching these markets here. Oil up 145 a barrel today, 74.37. 23.12 down 4 cents on GameStop. Looks like GameStop has gone into the red now. We got up to 23.52 to open. 23.06 is the low. 23.11, 23.12 is where we're at right now on GameStop. Earnings are due in the next week or two, not too long from now. SoFi, 5.24 down a nickel so far this morning. All right. And Bobby Atkinson says, other Rocket Lab rumors and news, Amazon is in talks with these guys. And what could those talks be? Who knows? Who knows? Never a dull moment possible on Rocket Lab's future. No dull moment whatsoever. 453.2 last trade on Rocket Lab, up 1.2 cents. Street is unaware of just how huge this move is for Rocket Lab. 478,000 traded. at the moment. That shows you the street is not trading the news. They don't understand it or are not aware of it. It's one of those little stories we know, they don't. What can I say? Sooner or later, it'll all come out. Tesla down 349, 182.28 right now. Watching that closely. All righty. Oh, we got stuff going on all over the place, just all over. 114 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate this. And seeing headlines go through here. Let's see what else is happening here. Abercrombie and Finch stocks soars after surprise profit. Its reinvention is working. AutoZone stock target price has been raised to $21.20 a share from $18.90 at Bank of America. Eli Lilly stock price target raised to $500 from $450 at Bank of America right now. Headline in Barron's: China's young can't find work. How that hurts the economy. Interesting. Yes, I read this the other day. I heard about this the other day about the Chinese economy, how in the population of China as a whole continues to expand out. It's not like the country's in a full retreat. India is outgrowing China in population, but China has a lot of university graduates graduating every year. And these kids are coming out with engineering degrees and all kinds of other degrees, and they're supposedly hireable instantly with an advanced education. That was the promise from the Communist Party. Don't be a smarty, join the Communist Party. Guess what? These kids are coming out of school, and not all of them are finding work. Not all of them. And all of a sudden, you have unemployment. And if you have youth unemployment in China, you have a problem. This is an issue that cannot be tolerated in this country. You cannot have the very young, the very hardest working segment of the economy not able to fulfill their next mission, which is getting jobs. This means they're at home, they're playing video games, and they are getting other radical ideas, like maybe I could find a better future doing something else, and maybe my future isn't inside the communist regime. Maybe it's outside of this communist regime. That is a no-no in communist China. We can't have that. We need these kids to be the next group of zealots for the Communist Party, and they must be employed. They have to be able to buy themselves a car, a condo, get married, and have children. That is how you keep this party going, this game going, this illusion of greatness going. And when kids can't find work, they don't get married. They don't have children. They don't buy condos. They don't buy cars. They don't buy furniture. They don't go on vacations. They become a drag on society rather than boosting society. China knows this. Not all countries get it, but China gets it, and they have got to find a way to get these kids employed. And so stimulus, government stimulus in certain regions might be necessary to keep the unemployed from being too unemployed for too long. Because when you're too busy working, you don't have time to plan overthrows of governments. It's just that simple. It's nothing personal. It's just business. We'll watch for that. Marcus, number 109, thumbs ups. Thank you very, very much. Willie, number 114. Fantastic, Splair. My future is here. Way to go, Splair. You're not going to China. Way to go, pal. Down 166 on the Dow. Down 26 on S&P. Down 70 on NASDAQ. Oil up 149 a barrel right now. Okay, Unity down 19, but AI up 20. RocketLab down 1 penny, 4.51. A bargain to say the least. GameStop down 18 cents at 22.98. Looks like a 22.97 now is going through here. This might be about the low of the day. Take a look here. 22.91 already been printed this morning on GameStop. So options that you folks rolled into when you did your roll-ups in the last few days, all of a sudden these contracts are coming back to you or beyond where you sold them at already Well done rollover, folks. You're being paid to make these moves. 522 on SoFi now, down 7. We're down $5 on Tesla, 180.73 now on Tesla. Apple holding a 43-cent gain. Google down $1. Moderna down 3.60 after a big run up yesterday. Cisco down 29 cents. Looks like yesterday Moderna may have topped out at over 140, 140, just almost 141. Now 134. So there's a $7 pullback just from yesterday on Moderna. Interesting. Even this morning, 142 first thing, now 134. I know a guy kind of hanging around in that Pittsburgh area that is really keenly keeping his eye on Moderna. I think he likes down days. He kind of likes those. Cisco down 29 cents. Pfizer 39.23 down 41 cents. Watching this market now, we're down 173 on the Dow. Again, going lower, but keep in mind that Europe has been much worse all day, and Europe is not getting better. We're down almost 2% now across the board on most European markets. The U.S. market is quite a bit behind the European market. The Dow's only down 0.5 point. Europe is 4 times worse off, and it'll be interesting to see if that Dow matches the European markets. If that's the case, the Dow will be off today 650 points. We're down 165 right now. NASDAQ would have to drop by a factor of 3.5. That would have to drop NASDAQ by 250 points. We're down 76. So are we going to see a pullback in the American market to equal Europe, or is Europe coming up to the U.S. side? So far, it's the U.S. markets are backing off right now. What do we got here? Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, how about ROCKETLAB? June 16th cash secured puts. The $7 strike, let's see, bid ask is 240 to 260. If I were to write a cash secured put on ROCKETLAB for a $7 strike, would that be a good deal? The stock is 450 right now. These secured puts have a book value of 250. This is not a good deal. This is simply a book value right only. There's no premium in there for you. So you're guessing on the upward movement of the stock. I don't like the risk. So Beach Boy, Jan 5s are 125. What about the January 5 ROCKETLAB puts? Well, those are 50 cents in the money, and they're trading at $1.25. There's 75 cents premium there. I like that one better, even though there's less money in it. It's much more. There's time value here. I would be interested in that deal more than the other one. Wing Commander, 115 thumbs up. Bruce, I'm finally here. Welcome, Wing Commander. Thank you, Beach Boy, for these questions. All of you, thank you for asking me questions about some of these contracts. ROCKETLAB is 450. If you write $5 puts, 450 puts out to January 2024, you might get yourself some decent premiums. $5 puts can be written. I think a $5 put for $1.25. I like it. I like that price. 447. The lower ROCKETLAB goes, the higher the premium you can get on a put contract. I would encourage that. I would definitely encourage it. Smart Rent 343. Unfortunately, I wish it were over $4 or $5. There could be puts perhaps pushed there. At the moment, 343. It's just too low. AI sitting at 2683. You can write calls at 28 to 29, or you can buy or write cash secured puts, perhaps in the 24.25 neighborhood, a little bit out of the money there. Unity 2778, perhaps writing cash secured puts around 25 might be the idea, or writing call options 29s, 30s might be the way to go there. GameStop 2287 down 29 cents, 2285. We're now at a new low range of the day. 2285, 2283 is the low of the day. Writing calls, rolling up your calls, a way to go here, and or looking at cash secured puts on GameStop. You might want to look at writing 18s, writing 20s, 17.50, something like that. Keep an eye. Keep an eye. All right, SoFi 518 down 11 cents. Definitely $5 cash secured puts, 450s, $4 cash secured puts. Definitely writable on SoFi, no question about it. The Dow down 207. Down we go, lowering these markets. 0.62 on the Dow, S&P down 28.70 of a point, NASDAQ down 83.66. All right. Barron's headline just coming across. RocketLab buys some Virgin Orbit assets in a bankruptcy auction. There is an article finally on RocketLab. The stock 446.5, down 5.5 cents. This is exactly what you want to have if you're a cash secured put writer, RocketLab stock buyer. This is the kind of headline you want. If it causes the stock to dip first and then surge, fine. Grab the stock for the moments that you can, because this is a limited time offer before the street figures it out. This is my opinion. Barron's headline: RocketLab buys some Virgin Orbit assets in bankruptcy auction. RocketLab looks to be picking up some assets on the cheap from another space startup that didn't make it, Virgin Orbit. Tuesday evening, RocketLab announced it was the successful bidder for some of Orbit's assets. The company will pay about $16 million to assume the lease to the Virgin Orbit's headquarters and manufacturing complex in Long Beach. It is also buying some production assets and machinery. Let's see. RocketLab did not immediately respond to requests for comment about the machinery purchased or what the equipment would cost new. Exactly. They're waiting for the final court approval before they speak. Distressed sales often yield attractive prices. Investors seem pleased with the purchase. Let's see. RocketLab shares, whatever they're doing. Virgin filed for bankruptcy protection early April after cash balances dwindled. It couldn't find new financing to build its fledgling business. Virgin Orbit listed assets of about $243 million and total debt of around $153 million as of September, the most recent financial statements available. The bankruptcy sales will go to payback lenders first, including providers of debtor in possession deals here. Let's see. Virgin Orbit is shutting down after never achieving significant sales. It was founded by Richard Branson in 2017, started launches in 2021, but has been seeking more funds since mid-March. In the first 9 months of 2022, Virgin went through about $175 million in cash. Let's see. RocketLab has managed to build a commercial space franchise. It's not profitable yet, but Wall Street expects full year profits in 2025. Sales in 2022 reached $211 million. Analysts expect 2023 sales of $296 million, according to FactSet. And these numbers now might be adjustable even more in RocketLab's favor, in my opinion, but time will tell. So that headline is out there, just crossing the wires on RocketLab. Again, the market is just not aware, I believe, of the magnitude of this deal. And until RocketLab speaks and analysts get into the meat of this deal, they'll figure out, oh my God, 16 million? Those guys had 200 plus million in assets. To buy this stuff new could be $700 million. I'm telling you, this is a home run for RocketLab, a huge home run for RocketLab. Option Nomads, 121 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. Virgin Galactic is space. Yeah, there you go. We're going to find out how this plays out. 446 on RocketLab, down 5.5 cents. Smart Rent down 2.5. AI down 32 cents. Unity down 47. GameStop at 22.82, down 34. SoFi at 5.18, down 11. Tesla 5.54 to the downside right now, 180 a share. Apple up 59 cents. Google down 105 on Google. Moderna down 4.94. Interesting stuff. Volume on GameStop sucks. Robert Benson, 122 thumbs ups. Thank you, Robert, for that. Appreciate it. Those thumbs ups keep coming in, you guys. Thank you very much. Helping the channel get discovered. Thank you, Karen, for announcing how long you've been a member on this channel today. 9 months. Absolutely beautiful. We love you guys. Thank you so much for backing us up. All right. Well, this day is going to be an interesting one. Down 200 on the Dow, 0.61 of a percentage point. We're almost at 0.7 now on the S&P 500 to the downside. Watching this to the downside. All right. Cheers, everybody, from from Rugman to you. Rugman is hard at work today. No question about that. Definitely working today, unfettered. Let's continue on here. Lots to watch here. Oh my gosh. RocketLab, $4.49 a share, down 3 today. RocketLab's low of the session today looks like 446, maybe 440. Yeah, 446. We're now at 450 on RocketLab. Okay, SoFi sitting at looks like at 520 a share now, 519. The low of the day, 515 at the moment. All right. The Dow is off 200 or so points, 0.58 of a percentage point. Oil still holding a 143 gain this morning. Yes, take a good look at cash secured puts on RocketLab, on SoFi. You can always take a look at GameStop as well, of course, but RocketLab at 450 a share. Let me see if I can take a look at option chains. Mine, of course, are behind the times here. If you want to write January 2024 cash secured puts on RocketLab, let's see what can be had here. The $5 RocketLab put will bring in 115 to 125 bid ask so far. The $6 contract is 175 to 195. Now, the 6 is worth 150 book value, so there's only 25 cents premium to 50 cents premium. The 5 is a 50-cent book value contract, and you can get as much as 75 cents premium on that. Might be worth your while. The $4 contract is 55 to 70 cents. It's out of the money by 50 cents a contract. So those $4 puts, if you can get 69 cents each, 65 cents each, might be a good write with a $4 strike price. That means you're committing to pay $3.35 or $3.35 a share for RocketLab. I think that would be an okay deal. Going into there aren't very many strikes to go after. We have October 2023, Jan 24, Jan 25. For the moment, RocketLab hasn't got a lot to offer, but there may be more coming as the days go by. More contracts will show. But the $4 October put, 45 to 50 cents, all premium. The $5 put, which is 50 cents in the money, is 95 to 110. You can get 110 for it. I'd be taking that. The $6 put is 165, 185. It's worth 150. You got to get over $2 for it. Under $2, I wouldn't take. That's my take on October 2023. So if you're going to January 2025 on RocketLab, the $4 put will bring you 105 to 135. 130 premium would be great. That puts you at 270 to buy the stock at 270. I'd be quite comfortable with that deal. Even if you hold this position for, say, I don't know, let's say 3 months from now, the stock's at $6, something like that. These puts will drop to 60 cents. You'll make 50% on that put. If you want to write the 5s, you'll get paid $165 to $2. If you can get $2, that's a $3 commitment to buy the stock. I like that deal a lot. The 7s are offered at $350. That would be a good deal. If you can get your hands on $350, you're paying $350 for the stock. I wouldn't mind buying this stuff for $350 a share. It's not a lot of premium, but it's a $350 hit. It's a $1 premium. Still not a bad deal. So the 4s, the 5s, the 7s for RocketLab Jan 25s. I'd be looking at those. Take the dough for sure. Now let's take a look at SoFi put contracts. Let's see where we're at right there. We got, let's see, JR, Uncle Bruce, is there a 90-10 type rule for cash secured puts? Not really. The way I look at it is you want to write a cash secured put where a good chunk of what you're getting is time premium, not just book value. You want time premium. That's your payoff and your kind of insurance policy. Manager sold 20 SoFi cash secured January 25 puts, $5 strikes. I got 88 cents for those. I now have 382,000 shares, just need 18,000 more to hit my goal of 400,000 SoFi shares. Holy moly macaroni. SoFi right now is trading at $5.16 a share. Cash secured puts. Let's take a look at January 2024's. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Jan 2024's. Okay, if you were to write $4 cash secured puts on SoFi, you'll bring in almost 50 cents. They're 46 to 50 cents each. You write the 450s, you'll haul in 65 to 68. The 5s are 86 to 90. There's where, well, that's the neighborhood the manager's in, but he's in the 2025s. 550s are 112 to 116, and $6 contracts are 142, 146. If you want to write January 2025 put contracts, cash secured puts, here we go. $5 puts, 141 to 147. 450s are 115 to 120. The 4s are 92, 96. And I'm double checking here on this one. What are we doing here? These are okay. Something is missed in translation, manager. I'm not sure where you are right now on this message. 20 cash secured puts you've written for 88 cents. You couldn't have written the 5s because they're 141 for January 25. You probably wrote January 24s. January 2024s, you got 88 cents. That would make sense. And it's still a great place, a great trade. Maria just placed an order for ROCKETLAB cash secured puts, $5 for $1.23 Jan 24. I will look at Jan 25s as well. Lame duck, I'd rather buy ROCKETLAB for $4.50 a share. Beach Boy sold 500 ROCKETLAB Jan 5s for $1.14 and a few more waiting to fill. So he's just written 500 cash secured puts on ROCKETLAB for January the 5th. So way to go.
It's a fun day at the market.
That's right. Maria Powell. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, Maria.
Maria's working right now, trying to write some puts today. Boris, Uncle Bruce, I think manager wrote he sold. He sold them. So, yeah, that means he wrote them. Manager wrote he sold. Yeah. He wrote them. That's what I'm thinking too. Home Skillet, time value is called extrinsic value. I think it's what melts away over time. Yeah, it's called a glacier. It's a glacier. You are creating a glacier that's going to melt away to nothing. And you want as big a glacier as you can get your hands on. That's the one you want to create.
Oh, yeah, something else besides glaciers melting? Maybe an ice cube.
Ice cream. You're writing ice cream. Mandu number 5. Good morning, Auntie Jen. You want the biggest ice cream cone you can get on ROCKETLAB and on SoFi. That's what you want. That's why.
Banana split.
Forget the bananas. You want the split, baby. A triple scoop, baby.
In a bowl, no drippage.
That's right. That's what we want. Oh, man. Oh, it used to be so much easier. It's not that easy anymore.
So that's a sign of summer when you're driving down the highway and you see the sign that says local ice cream, handmade.
Let's check this out.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Local made ice cream. That's right. How bad can it be? Oh, man.
It's always good in the summer.
That's right. We're down 225 on the Dow. ROCKETLAB is down 6.5 cents at 445. Perfect day to write cash secured puts here. The lower, the better. The higher the premiums. AI down 68. Smart Rent down 3. Unity down 49. GameStop is at 22.95, down 21. SoFi down 11 cents at 518. Tesla down 672, 179 a share. We've broken the 180 barrier. Manager, yes, it was January 2024. Cash secured, $5 strike for 88 cent credit. We figured it out. We We got you. We know where you're at. Boris, I saw the term before, and intrinsic value is book value. Everyone has these. There's book value and there's time value. Keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Book value, time value. Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen from Splair
Good morning.
in Dortmund.
Splair.
Home skillet. Yep.
How is
There you
Dortmund?
go. Good day.
How's Dortmund this morning?
This
afternoon.
This afternoon. That's right. This afternoon. How is Dortmund?
I have a poll question.
We might be in Dortmund this summer.
Yes.
The way it's going. Yes. Poll question.
I have a poll question.
Poll
for
question.
The group,
Oh, here we go.
but before we do the poll question,
Uh-oh.
I think we should decide on whether we are compelled to do what the poll gives us.
Okay.
Right. So ask them a poll question. Whatever they say, are we compelled to do it?
Okay.
Like, let's say we're going to ask them, should I have chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream? And it all comes back vanilla ice cream. So even though I really like chocolate ice cream, I will have vanilla ice cream because that's what the community voted on. Do you want to agree to that? And then I'll ask the question.
You are okay. Through me
Mhm.
and this audience, you are talking to cats. These are cats.
No,
You
okay.
can't herd these guys. They're cats. They're all over the
No,
place.
but that question was really for you, not for them. That's not the poll question.
There's pole
So here's
dancing.
the poll question.
There's pole dancing.
Are you ready?
And pile dancing, and now there's a poll question. Okay, so here's the question.
So here's the question. You're going to be off the air for 4 days.
Yeah, I'm going to be off the air. That's right.
You
4 days.
already are showing a good start to a little
Stubbage here.
So-
yes. There's stuff.
Should Uncle Bruce not shave or should he shave?
Okay, I can tell you right now, no matter what you say, I'm going my own way. I'm going my own way.
So it'll be chocolate and ice cream no matter what
No
they
matter
say.
what. Because here's the hidden little agenda. Okay, someone in this room other than me, and there's 2 people in this room right now. Okay, so someone other than myself who's in this room right now, who's not on camera, would like me to keep growing this stuff. All
Yeah.
right. Someone else who is me and is on camera does not want to keep growing this stuff. It's just that I get lazy once in a while, and I only shave once or twice
But
a week
you've got
now.
such a good start.
You got such a good start.
Just
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
just fold your hands, just like you say to them, just fold their hands for like 5
2
more
weeks.
days.
2 weeks, so the
5
itching won't
days.
drive you out of this world.
No,
Not gonna happen.
We'll clean up under there. I'll send you to some barbershop where they have a lovely, buxom girl who will lean your head back and clean off your neck.
Have you got a wife like that? I'm going to send you to some lovely, buxom girl.
Woman.
Woman.
not a girl.
Yeah, girl. Well,
Not
she
a
said
girl.
girl first. Did you hear
I
that?
know.
I know.
Stop that.
There you go.
It's a sign of my age.
Let's see.
'Cause
Splair
you're really
says,
cute with the beard.
can I invite you somewhere, Uncle Bruce's Splair? Boris, Uncle Bruce is scared of what Auntie Jen is preparing to ask. Boris, he's terrified. Nick, meow. A BW, Jen Jr. wants dad clean shaven for the big day. Vash, no shaving. Splair, when you drink a coffee, use the chocolate ice cream, otherwise vanilla. Lame duck, shave. J-boy, the beard stays. You go, kids in the hall. Splair, or did I misunderstand the poll? I had to rewatch for 1 minute. And Nick DeMaurier, but it's mustache day. Maria Powell, laugh out loud. No shave.
No shave.
Boris, rugged is the new sexy. BW,
there you go.
you could rotate the growing of your hair to your face versus the back of your head. Try it. You'll like it.
Do the back front comb
That's
over. It looks like Caesar.
right. Splair, I would say he should grow a mustache and not shave the chin part.
Oh,
IR Aaron, no
Yeah.
shave. Options, no man.
bouquet.
We vote for shave. There you go. There you go.
A goatee.
Oh, goatee.
A
Yeah,
goatee.
right.
No goatee. No Fu Manchus.
Oh my
Full
gosh.
coverage.
Oh my gosh. Option Nomads. Oh, mustache is a good compromise, though. Then Beach Boy, don't shave. There you go. Shave or don't shave. Unbelievable.
Just, put up the poll question. Let everybody vote.
I don't think so.
I'll do the wording of it.
Yeah, she'll do the wording of it.
You just type. I'll do the
wording. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, well, happy Wednesday.
Happy
Everybody's gonna
Wednesday.
make money today.
I think so. I think there's money being made around here.
You buy when you sell. You make money when you sell.
You make money when you're right. As soon as you write, you've made your money, and it's in your account, baby. Now, how much can you hang on to it? How much of it can you keep for yourself? Let's keep the change. Let's keep all the change.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Auntie Jen. See you later. Let's see. Beach Boy, I haven't, so I'll feel better. Maria Powell, great offer. Take her up on it. Bust and beard. Oh, man. No, thank you. No, thank you. I would rather be clean shaven than this. Not into it. Not my style. Just, over the years, I've done it occasionally. I remember, 20 plus years ago, longer than that, 30 years ago, back in the 90s, I let it grow out for like a month or two, and it becomes really pathetic because I don't have thick hair. I have really thin hair, and this hair becomes really, really icky, very soft and skinny, and it's not pretty at all. It is not pretty. No. And I even tried the look about, how long ago would this be now? This would be about 12, 14 years ago. I decided I would shave my all the hair off my head. I would go bald, shave it all off. And I did that for a year. And I had at least a year. I had the look where I would just shave in the shower, just everything, shave it off. I kind of liked it. I liked the feel, but I didn't like the look of it too much. And then people were saying to me, why don't you grow it back? Why don't you grow it back? And I asked Jen, I said, you tell me what you want. On the hair part, I'll do whatever you like. And she kind of wanted it back. So I grew it back, but there's nothing there. I mean, it's just it's a huge highway here. Oh gosh. JR, I want to see Uncle Bruce looking like a sharp dressed man from Duck Dynasty or Letterman. Brian, number 128. Good morning. Thank you, Brian, for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of facial hair. Never have been. Just I'm not able to grow it well. Never have been. My dad had thick hair. He had thick, really thick hair, and he too lost a lot of it over the years, as we all do, I guess, except for very few of us. But even in his 40s, he grew a bit of a beard for a while, and my mom liked it somewhat, but it was a fad kind of a thing. It didn't last long, and then it went away. Yeah, what can I say? Splair, I'm already sick of my beard as well. Probably I cut again everything while I go on with my beard in Red Dead Redemption 2. JR, Auntie Jen, in Visalia, California, there is Orange Works. They make fresh squeezed orange ice cream. It's unlike anything else. They even have flavors like red vine that tasted authentic, all homemade. Ooh, that sounds awesome. BW, you have hair? I thought you just had an unusually large forehead. That's right. Always have had an unusually large forehead. Even in my high school years, I tried to grow my hair long like everybody else, and I had the stringy hair. Pathetic. Is it any wonder I didn't have any girlfriends in high school? I mean, geez. Ugly. Maybe that saved me. Maybe not having girlfriends saved me from an alternate life that I could have had. Because I do remember some young men, young boys in high school who had girlfriends, and then the next thing you know, they were getting married at an awful young age. And I was kind of thinking to myself, I don't think I want to be married at age 18, 19. I don't think I want to be married. It didn't seem to be love that was getting them to marry. It was more like their parents insisting that you get married now because something is about to show up in the near future. I'm glad I didn't get into that trap. What can I say? Brian, I have had a beard for like a decade. Women love it. I won't shave it unless the missus says so. I don't think she will be anytime soon though. Splair, I'm just jealous on these Western beards, but seems that I don't have the hair for it. Zed, if you need plugs, best place is to travel to Turkey. Plugs. BW, the facially challenged folks got to stick together, Uncle Bruce. The follically challenged, not facially, follically challenged folks. The follically facially plug challenged folks have to stay together, Bruce. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I witnessed quite a few instances of good-looking high school boys in my high school years all of a sudden get married at a very young age and then have children at age 19, 20, 21, and immediately be destitute, working hard and trying to buy diapers and baby formula all the time. Oh, those were interesting the years in the 70s. I didn't want to go there. I'll tell you that right now. BW, Zeta State, do they use the leftover turkey feathers? Oh man, yeah. There were a number of guys and girls that got married at an awfully young high school age. Late in high school, kind of their last year, or as soon as they graduated high school, they got married right away. Yeah, I don't know how many are still together, but those were the 70s. Yes, I graduated high school in 74, I guess it was 73, 74. And as time has gone by, meeting Jen when I was in college, just finishing up college, very good timing. It was very good timing. But I'll tell you, oh man, a splitter. I can't wait to travel and start again with looking after girls. Otherwise, I totally understand you. It's good to have a strategy where you avoid the headache in a young age. Nick, turkey, teeth, and plugs. It said, BW, turkey feathers would be sexy, laughing out loud. Manager, Uncle Bruce, I had written the December 15, 2023, $3.6 thousand, $5 covered calls on SoFi for 91 cents. Now, I'm not sure what this 3.6 thousand means. December 15, $5 calls on SoFi for 91 cents. Now, for insurance on that crazy downgrade from the Wedbush guy. Now I am trying to get out of that covered call. Will I be okay, or should I do the rollover? Okay, so you wrote 3,600 calls. I get it now. Here it is. All right. So he wrote 3,600 $5 calls on SoFi, and he got 91 cents for them. That's what he did. Okay. This again, we're December 23s. Okay, let me take a look here. These are what you said. You wrote the fives. The fives are 112 to 115 right now. You wrote them at 91 cents on the down day, and of course now the stock is higher, but today it's down 11 cents. Okay, so the shares were obviously 550 or 549 yesterday, and you were wondering what the hell you were doing. Now you're at 518 a share. And the contract as of 10 minutes ago was 112 to 115 coming to you. Obviously, the $5 call is only worth 17 cents, and you're in them for 91. Okay, so now what do you do? Should you do a rollover on these calls is what you're wondering to do, or just sit tight? There's your question. All right. Well, again, this is the proverbial question. If the shares back under 5, where they were a couple of days ago, you will be probably at the $1 level on these calls, which will put you within a dime of break even. Right now, you're down on them, but you're up on the stock. So, around and around we go here. Now, the question is what to do next. If you go from December 23's forward, you can't do much with January's. That's not going to do any good. January 2025's, the only rollover you've got are January 2025's. And you can write the 5s for $1.94 to $2. And that would bring you a gain of about 80 cents a contract in cash for the same strike price. Now, obviously, 80 cents on 3,600 contracts, we're talking some serious money here. We're talking about $270,000. If you were to write 550s into January's, you're looking at a 173, 180 market. If you were to write 7s, because there are no 6s that you can write at the moment, 7s would be 126 to 133. This would be, in effect, almost a 10-cent gain, maybe a 12-cent gain in cash. If you get 130 for them, it'd be a little more. The question is, do you need to? You don't need to do anything at the moment. If the shares want to accommodate you and give up some ground today, 515 has been the low. We're at 517 right now. They give up another 12, 15 cents and go down to $5. You're going to be another 6 to 8, 10 cents lower today. That puts you a lot closer to your 91 cent level, bringing your contract to the dollar level. You still don't have to do anything. I mean, you just don't. So, at the moment, you can sit tight. He wrote 3,600 calls. He did. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, AI June 23rd cash secured puts. 26s. They go for 210. Any thoughts on that? Okay, let me take a look at AI. The $26, the stock's at $26.42. If you're going to write June puts, that's next month, the 26ers go for 210. So that's a nice premium. I like that. I like the premium. These 26s are 40 cents out of the money. 210 premium, which means you're on the hook to buy the stock for $23.90. I'm not afraid of that price. Certainly not. So might be worth a look-see here. But keep in mind that on May the 3rd, we were $17 a share. So the stock is certainly capable of going that low, but the 52-week low is 10.16. That's last year. They bounced up from 17 in May to almost 30. So, we may be at the lower end of the range at that level. $23 a share, $24 a share, certainly on a lower end-ish. The 210 premium is awful juicy looking. I'll tell you that. I give you that. No doubt about it. It's worthy of a close look. I like the idea of limited time on this deal. AI. Let me take a look at AI. There we are. 26.42 last trade. Yeah, I'm going to fold my arms and wait, says manager, on my 3,600 calls. Let's see here. We've got AI now. Here we go. We'll get this option chain up if we can. You're talking June contracts, so let's pop those up right now. June 23rd. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to work. My big ass iPad is putting up some squawk right now. Let's go try it again. June 23rd. There we go. Okay, June 2nd, June 9, June 16, June 23rd, 26s, 20. Did you say June 23rd, cash secured puts 26 on AI? No, June 20. You're talking June 23 sometime. Hang on a minute. Are we talking the 16th? What date are we talking about, buddy? You are telling me 210 is the price. Where are they? Those are not there. Are they here? They're not there. I don't know which ones you're talking about. You got to help me, manager. I don't know which ones you're talking about. Sorry, not manager, Beach Boy. My mistake. June 2nd. Okay, June 2nd. The 26s, I have them at 250 to 265. And you're showing 210. So sorry, I apologize. I'm looking at calls, puts. Okay, you are correct. 205, 215. My mistake. All right, we're back and forth here. Calls, puts. You try and do this live. 210 is the pricing of that contract. There you are. Not a bad idea for June 2nd. This I like. We're talking May 24 here with a long weekend coming up. Knock yourself out. Hit that contract. Hit that thing. I would smile already when I get to 36 calls, says Blair. All righty. What else? Have an enjoyable and relaxed weekend from Blair. Excellent advice, actually. Manager, I had written those. Yeah, we've done this. We are on top of these comments. All right, we're up on it. BW is saying, manager, I'm sitting on Jan 24 SoFi 5s. Not worried as of yet and playing dangerously too. Got time. Just wait and see what the week brings. EU going down. You should follow on with down pressures, says BW. So there you are. You've got company, manager. You've got company. All right. There you have it, kids. We're trying to stay on top of a lot of stuff here at the same time. All right. GameStop right now, 22.98 is the latest trade, down 18 cents on GameStop. Marcus, I think AI earnings are June 7, so any options close to that will have a good premium, any of those. Richard Carlin, more RKT at 440, stealing paper, 441 down at that. Way to go. Brian, Uncle Bruce, why do you suppose RKT is dropping after buying assets from Virgin for so cheap? Isn't this good news? It is good news. The market doesn't, they're not getting it. They're not getting it. I'm going to guess that that they for some stupid reason, I don't understand why anyone would sell RKT. If you're into RKT, you know how much cash they're sitting on. You have to know. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. It is stupidity at the highest level to sell out. But stupid is as stupid does, and winners make money from losers. And you buy up the paper, you write your cash secured puts, you take in fat premiums and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you very much. I can tell you there are institutional traders every second of every day saying the same thing I'm saying, going, I can't believe these stupid people are giving us this money. Can't believe they're selling stock this cheap. Can't believe they're doing this. Can't believe they're doing that. You got to take the win. That's all there is to it. Just take the win and say thank you. Manager Uncle Bruce had told us not to write cover calls on SoFi, but the way the SoFi was going down at the time, I had to have some protection, so I took that risk. There you go. Like I said, I say don't do it, but hey, cash secured puts is the way I'd go on it. But I can't predict second to second what the stock will do day to day. I just have this overall view that I believe is much higher long term, and whatever happens in the meantime happens in the meantime. GameStop back to 23.02. RKT 440 down 11.5. Bargoon City can't account for it. I don't have to defend it. I just go okay. Anyway. So much fun here. BW, Uncle Bruce, you can't explain it, but Aren't institutions bound by what they can buy based on SP? Most of our SPACs are mostly below 5, so they restrict their buying regardless of Russell. Yeah, I guess. But there's a lot of hedge funds that can do whatever they want, and they're not under any restrictions at all. So there's that. BW, even if they know of the company, they can't buy below that level. Again, yeah, a Beach Boy limit out there. 211 says Beach Boy limit out there. What can I say? There are certain pension funds and hedge funds that have rules internal that won't buy stock under certain levels. Fine. But then there are millions of other players that are out there under no restrictions whatsoever. So there you go. Okay. Manager, Uncle Bruce, Kiss of Death, Jim C. had an interview with Noto. Is that good for SoFi or bad? Jim Cramer had an interview with Noto. BW, but the hedge funds are too busy shorting them to want to buy them for long holds. Again, there are those who are long, those who are short. There are hedge funds out there looking to catch short sellers. Believe me, they're out there. They're everywhere. There are hedge funds who think they rule the world by being shorters. There are hedge funds looking to catch these guys, and they have billions available, and there are millions of places to play this game. So it's a big, big game out here worth trillions of dollars. We are but peons in this massive world right now. Grab your pound of flesh where you can and move on. You're not going to beat these guys. You're just joining them for the ride. The Dow is off 192. We're down 30 on S&P. We're down 113 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is approaching it's approaching 0.91% drop, going for a 1% drop. Oil is down from the high, still up 118. Let's see. Crude oil inventories down 12.5 million barrels last week. Gasoline supply is down 2 million. EI distillates are down 600,000, and yet oil is backing off. Makes you wonder what's going on there. I don't know. We might have some hedge fund buddies on your channel, Uncle Bruce. You never know. These guys watch what everyone talks about all the time. This is their job. That's what they're supposed to do. They may well have people watching here who report to them later with a recap. Here's what he said. Here's what this one said. Here's what this YouTuber said. Here's what this meme person said. Here's what this Discord person said. Here's what's going on over on Wall Street Bets. Here's what's happening. Here's what's happening. Ears to the ground, people. That's what it's all about. BW, thanks. Trying to keep to ask questions so the noobs on the channels can see the whole market as a very wide view versus the narrow views that we've all been trained to look at when investing. Manager, I have to be careful in not showing my short positions as well. There you go. 195 down dip on the Dow, down 31 on S&P, NASDAQ down 118. There it is. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. GameStop back under 23, 22.96. SoFi 520 down 9. Unity down 27. AI down 20. We have the thumbs up meter now showing 135. Thank you, all of you who have taken the opportunity to find a way to hit the thumbs up button for us. It is appreciated. If you're able to give us a thumbs up to give this show a bit of extra momentum out there, I would appreciate it. Please hit the thumbs up button right now. And if you're watching on the rerun, please come through for us. Hit that thumbs up button. Give us a bit momentum there as well. Thank you all so very, very much. Those of you who want to have a one-on-one session, I'm available tomorrow, Thursday for a little bit, but I'm not available Friday or Saturday or Sunday of this week. Next Monday doesn't look good. It might be next Tuesday or after that I'm available again for one-on-one sessions. Got a number of things going on here at the same time. Thank you all for hanging out with us again. As always, 140 thumbs up now. 5 just came in. Hit the thumbs up button for us. Thank you. Keep the momentum going over there. It is appreciated. Cindy B, thank you. 137 Beautiful stuff. Thank you. Here we go. Splair, now looking forward to settle my day trade in ROCKETLAB and SoFi, says Splair. Giddy up, buddy. 205 is the drop on the Dow at the moment. 31 S&P, 116 NASDAQ. Oil is still falling. Now only up 106. It is backing off again. We've got Smart Rent down 1.5 cents. ROCKETLAB at 441, down 11. AI is only down 1 penny. Unity down 21. GameStop is at $22.99, down 17. SoFi 520, down 9 cents. Tesla down $6.30 at 179.47. Apple down 32. Google down 189. Moderna down 548. I know a guy who's watching that. Cisco down 38 cents. Pfizer down 38. IBM down 167. We've got HPQ down 45 cents. And Microsoft down 176. 23andMe is down 9.8 cents. Matterport down 3.5. Spire is at 77, up 4. Satellite data provider here. 163,000 shares, up 4 cents today. A little tiny recovery. Amazon down up 33. We're down 303 on Home Depot. Vanik down 277. Netflix is up 761. Adobe down $7. Goldman down $3. Boeing down $3.40 at the moment. We've got other issues here. Where are we at? Meta is up 3 cents. We got Royal Caribbean down $2 to $76.82. Target down $2.70. JP Morgan down $1.25. Costco down $2.88. Walmart down $1.50. Disney down $1.08. Nvidia down $7.89 to $298.99, under 300. American Airlines down 36 cents. Right now down to $13.72. And DraftKings down 70 cents, $23.57. It's a down day today. Definitely following the European lead here. 439.7 on ROCKETLAB. A bargain today. What can I tell you? There's a bargain going on ROCKETLAB. Thank you, everybody, for being here today, hanging out with us, renewing memberships and becoming Gold Bagel members. Join me tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, live, prime time live with Uncle Bruce, 6 o'clock Eastern tonight for Gold Bagel members only. You're welcome to join us as a Gold Bagel member. You're welcome to join the channel all day today to be there tonight. The notice is going out in the next 30 minutes that we're live tonight at 6 o'clock. Come on by and let's talk about the day today. What happened here? AI up 18 cents. GameStop $22.95. SoFi $5.20. Talk about cash secured puts. Talk about writing calls. Poor man deep in the money covered calls and everything else. We'll cover it this evening, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, live on this channel. Thank you, all of you, for your support. If you're watching on a rerun, hit the thumbs up button for us. Give us some positive momentum. Yes, the big E says it all right there. Neat, 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 neat. The knee emoji attack is coming as we finalize our day, as we shut it all down. Oh, my gosh, here we go. Uncle Bruce with GameStop earnings. Will their collectible sales outperform again? We're going to find out very shortly, my friend. We're going to know soon, soon, soon. Neat, 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 neat. Here come the knee emojis. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the knee emoji attack button. Here we go, everybody. Get your licks in while you can. Here go the markets. We're all over the place today, kids. Blair's here with the knee emoji attack. Here we go. They're coming in. Look out. Get out of the way. You'll be run over by the Knights of Knee. Don't mess with the Knights of Knee, everybody. Thank you, all of you, for being here today. Great to have you again for another session. 441 ROCKETLAB coming back up a little bit. Smart Rent 343, only down 3 cents. GameStop 22.96. SoFi down 11, 518. John Anderson, thank you, everybody. Thanks, John Anderson. Have a great day today, everybody. John Anderson's going neat, 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 neat. Can't stop this. You can't stop it. It's out of control. Look out. All right, guys. See you tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern. We're live at 6 Eastern. All right. Take it easy. Thank you, Splair. Have a good one, pal. Neat. Oh, my goodness.